Welcome to the announcement video. Yeah, unfortunately, I was trying to have Feather out today for you, but after the stream Wednesday and Thursday, I ended up having to work late at work. And man, I just simply just ran out of time to make sure I wanted to put out a good video for you. Because typically when I make a new deck, I like to at least play test it once or twice and then record with it. But I barely even had any time to record. I got back from work about 8 o'clock last night. And so it's just one of those, I don't want to rush out a product. And so, but anyway. Hopefully we're going to be starting Monday off with Feather. Really excited about that. And also have another good, exciting announcement. If you missed it during the stream, my wife and I are expecting. We have a baby girl due in November. So both her and I are very excited about that. I'm thrilled. Can't wait. This is going to be our first child. And we're going to be able to welcome a child into our family with Dorothy, our cat, and Sturgill, our dog. So we are very excited people. So if you missed that during the stream, that was something that I announced. And at least I wanted to let all the people who weren't able to catch the stream know that. So that's some good news that is going on in my life right now. So yes, really excited about that. But just to kind of make this video worth just a little bit of something going into the weekend, I was going to talk about some of the Modern Horizon commanders. So we have a Eula, Queen Among Bears, 2-mana, 2/2. It's already a bear right there, and it's a bear. So you could actually probably leave it like that, and I would probably still play it. But I'm really excited about her. We finally have a commander that can be the queen of the Omnath Party Bears. Well, not Omnath anymore. Omnath can finally... He can go back into the main and not have to worry about all these crazy party bears. Whenever another bear enters the battlefield under your control, choose one, put 2/+1 counters on target bear. Then target bear you control fights target creature you don't control. So one of the big things that I've seen on Twitter is people are like, man, this is... there's just not a lot of good playable bears. Well, you're not trying hard enough. There's tons of playable bears out there. We've got River Bear, which is going to be your finisher. It has Island Walk, so that way if you're playing against a blue control deck... you've got River Bear just very slowly swimming through their islands to close the game out 3 damage at a time. They won't know what to do. There's also Striped Bears, which is kind of like the Ancestral Vision or the Ancestral Recall of the bear community. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. So there you go. 4 mana right there for a card draw. And then Bearscape. You can remove 2 cards from your graveyard, put 2 bears tokens into play. And then that dude, whoever it is down there, I used to think they were naked, standing in a field. And it was almost kind of like they were tripping on something. Because you can see a bunch of bears in the bearscape. So, but anyway, this is a very peaceful card right here. Enjoy that. But anyway, yeah, bears. You can definitely make bear tribal work, and I'm really excited to kind of hone a bear tribal deck. We do have Omnath Party Bears, but I'm gonna try to tighten it up a little bit. And man, I cannot wait for this card to release. Some of the other legendary, we have Sisay, Weatherlight Captain, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close these out really quick and just kind of make this an impromptu little just commander thing. Actually, let's just start at the bottom. I think that'll be a little bit easier for us to kind of go through there. Cabal Therapist, I'm pretty excited about this one. With Cabal Therapist, and there we go, let's make this just a little bit bigger. With Cabal Therapist, might end up playing with this in a deck. I mean, that is a pretty nice effect. The only thing with Commander is, and this is very limited on what you can see, or kind of name off of your opponent's hand. Goblin War Party, this is actually the first time I'm seeing that. Yeah, I think that'll definitely work out in some of our goblin decks. But let's kind of try to hit some of these legendary creatures. So there's, Force of Negation. If it's not your turn, you may exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay this mana cost. Counter target non-creature spell. If it's countered that way, exile. This is a wonderful commander card. I love it. It's definitely going into national all of my mono blue decks. Just the fact that it's just a 1 more mana negate, in Modern, that might be a little bit expensive or whatever, might be a little bit situational, but in Commander, this is perfect. I love it. I'm definitely going to be running it in kind of combination with Disallow. It's something that's going to be a high-impact counter spell. Same thing with Deep Forest Hermit. Hermit Druid is, wonderful card. I love getting squirrels down. But with Deep Forest Hermit, you get those 4 squirrel tokens. It does have Vanishing 3, so you don't have to pay that echo cost, but it is nice that you can swing in with Deep Forest Hermit and kind of keep it around. So that's kind of one of those, maybe you can build a deck to where you can keep bouncing it or something like that to get those vanish counters to go away. But it is nice to have an extra Hermit Druid style effect. Oh, Prismatic Vista. Pay 1 life, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield. So this is going to be a very nice, I don't know how much it's going to end up being. Hopefully it's not too expensive, but it should be a very nice budget option for a fetch land. Now that's going to put us on Morophon, the Boundless. I think that's how you say it. I haven't looked up any videos on how to pronounce these yet, so if it's wrong, it is wrong. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, then spells of the chosen type you cast cost Wooburg less to cast. This effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you pay. Other creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. So we kind of have our first legendary tribal, universal tribal commander. You can run any tribe with him, I mean, him or her, whatever this shapeshifter is. And that's pretty cool. You know, as far as how I'm going to take Morophon, I'm not really a Morpheon or Morpheus from the Matrix. I'm not sure where I'm going to take it yet. You know, one of the things that I really enjoy is nomads. I really like druids and nomads. Let's kind of take a quick little look. Let's see, advanced search. We're going to go over to timeline and see what type of nomads there are out there. And you know, one of the fun things in Commander sometimes is just like building a tribal deck that is just not really meant to be a tribal deck. So yeah, as you can see right now, you know, there's a kind of like a nice little Naya. Yeah, well, there's not too many nomads. That's that's the entire creature pack right there. Let's see. Yeah, there's only 29 cards, so probably not a whole lot to choose from. But anyway, it does enable you to end up getting some really nice unique tribal effects. So I'm definitely going to be selecting a lesser known tribal to build with him or her or shapeshifter and just really have some fun. But yeah, I'm excited. It's nice to basically just kind of have a universal tribal lord. You know, it is a little expensive at 7 mana you know, because by the time you're getting to 7 mana, the reduced cost off Wooburg is probably not really going to matter that much, to be honest. But yeah, you know, it's still nice to have that universal tribal lord. It's kind of cool to see that. Anything else? I know there's one more commander that came out. There's Sisay, I think. Oh, let's talk about the crack lands or the canopy lands, whatever they want to call them. Nurturing peatland. Tap, you know, with these lands, basically they all have the same effect. You can pay 1 life to add whatever sort of color to your mana pool. Then you can pay 1 mana to sacrifice it and then draw a card. Right off the bat, you know, nurturing is definitely going to be going into Get Rogged. It's so nice to have that style of, you know, just card draw. And we are playing commanders, so, you know, paying that 1 life, it's really not, you know, if you're going to lose because you activated these pain lands a bunch, you know, probably are odds are you probably were going to lose the game anyway. You know, it does hurt that if you're going to have to tap it down, you have to pay that life. But having that card draw effect, yeah, I can't wait to get these updated across a lot of my decks. That is, you know, there's just a lot of times where, you know, you need to find some sort of answer. You're going to crack a Hedron Archive. You know, just maybe just cracking one of these lands would be a little bit better. That way you're not going so far down on mana. But I really like these cards, and I cannot wait to get them updated. Urza, there we go. Urza, a Lord High Artificer. Whenever Urza enters the battlefield, create a 0 colorless construct artifact creature token with. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Then tap and untap artifact you control, add blue mana, and if that wasn't crazy enough, 5 mana, shuffle your library, then exile the top card. Until end of turn, you may pay that card without paying its mana cost. This is pretty nutty right here. This is one of those. I mean, and I'm really glad that they printed Urza and that they just made Urza just really busted. Because if they made Urza just kind of be like, oh, draw a card if you control an artifact, you know, that would feel kind of weird or whatever. You can really, you know, when Urza enters the battlefield, you can feel his pressure on you. You know, that's something that's just kind of like, okay, yeah, you know, I need to deal with this guy. This guy can summon an artifact army very quick, and just the fact that you can tap an untapped artifact is not necessarily just any sort of artifact. Add blue mana to your mana pool. That is a very nice effect. There's a lot of different ways. You know, Paradox Engine. Chaos Wand, you can start to generate a ton of mana. Then the fact that you can use that 5 mana activation to be a mana sink. I mean, there's just so many things that I haven't even begun to make a rough draft of what I'm going to do with Urza. So, and also with any of these commanders, if you have any ideas that you think would be fun, definitely hop in the comments. Let me know. You know, with all these new commanders coming out, it kind of feels like overload sometimes, and I feel like I'm always missing something. So if you ever find something that you think that you would go good, yeah, just hop in the comments, let me know. But anyway, yeah, Urza definitely living up to his name of being a very powerful artificer, and that is a very cool commander right there. So pretty busted. Can't wait to play him in 1 versus 1. Might even just kind of just do a commander change with Fibblethip. Kind of that same core concept. Maybe back off a little bit of the card draw, but yeah, that's some good magic right there. Giver of Runes. That's gonna be really good card. Another target creature you control gains protection from colors or from the color of your choice until end of turn. So we basically got a almost a better Mother of Runes. The only thing is that Giver of Runes can't target herself, but she is a cleric, and so definitely probably going to find some room in the Church of Athreus for her because there's always a need for a 1-drop cleric. So really excited. Oh, and actually, Church of Athreus. I'm going to try to get out Church of Athreus video next week. Really, I'm going to save the announcement for the church announcement. But yeah, I'm excited. It's been a little bit since we've done the Church of Athreus. So we covered Urza, the first sliver. Cascade. And then sliver spells you have sliver spells you cast have cascade. I'm not a huge sliver fan, but as soon as this comes out, I'm building the sliver deck finally. And just cascade is such a fun effect in Magic. I mean, especially if you're not trying to cascade into busted stuff. With the first, I mean, and the fact that this is, I guess technically it's the first sliver, the first one that was born. So anyway, I'm really excited about the first sliver, and that was just kind of one of those, like, all right, I don't know what I was expecting in this Modern Horizons set, but it definitely wasn't a new 5-colored sliver. But I'm already happy. If they just close the set off now, then that would be pretty good. And also, if you don't know, they redid slivers in like what's M17 maybe. Anyway, they made slivers look like kind of like a predator looking people. So it's very nice to see that the slivers have gone back to the traditional looking look, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, the first sliver is definitely high up on my to-do list, and I can't wait to build that. That's some really nice cascade. Just giving your slivers cascade. If it wasn't crazy enough, there you go. And then there we go. Sisay, Weatherlight Captain. Sisay gets +1/+1 for each color among other legendary permanents you control. Then for a Wooburg activation, search your library for a legendary permanent card with converting may cost less than her power. Put that onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So this is a really cool effect. There's a lot of times where if you just build an all legendary deck and you're already 5-color anyway, Captain Sisay, by the time she comes down at 3 mana, she may already be a 4/4, 5/5, or 6/6, depending on how you structure your deck. And so then you can just really start just going to town. So I think I may end up building Sisay too, because one of the things with 5-color decks is I typically kind of stay away from them unless it's a really cool commander, something like the new Niv Mizzet Reborn, simply just because if it's not really a really strong 5-color commander, it just kind of feels like you're building like I don't know, it just feels like it's not like a commander deck, and I don't know how to explain that. And so with Sisay, this is really cool. The fact that you can just load up on whatever sort of legendary creatures you want, definitely going to be building her, because that is, I don't know, it's going to be fun. It's just not going to feel like a 5-color control deck. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I feel like 5-color decks just feel like a 5-color good stuff deck, but with Sisay, we can definitely got some, heavy legendary theme, and it's pretty much open for whatever you do. So definitely be building that. Now, Ayula's Influence. Discard a landing card, create a 2/2 green bear token. Love this card. Definitely be putting this into, you can put it in a mono green deck with your bears and run Life from the Loam, and you'd be pretty good. But also in Gitrog, this is going to be, it's going to be gnarly in Gitrog. And then I think, yeah, we've already covered her. Oh, Mother Bear. This could be a great, earlier, people were mentioning that there's not enough. This is a very nice bear effect. 5 mana, exile Mother Bear from your graveyard, create 2 green bear creature tokens, and then, this is just another way to kind of make sure we get some good bears onto the battlefield. Now, with Mox Tantalite, this is one of those cards that I'm definitely really excited to try it out in Commander. If you have it in your opening hand, you're like, awesome, this feels really good. You can get to spin for 3, come down. It's not like a Lotus to where you can crack it and that's it. With this, you're going to have it for the rest of the game. Now, with that suspend for 3, we'll see if this is good for Commander or not. Obviously, if you draw this late game, this is like one of the last things you want to draw. But if you can get it out early, we'll see. Do a little bit of play testing and see if it ends up working out. And I think that's going to be it for the new commanders. Let's see. It's a little early in the morning. Let's see if they've announced anything yet. We'll refresh the page, but I think that is it. So, yep, like I said, I do apologize for not having any new commander content out for the rest of the week. But after that stream, actually, what is it? This is a 1-drop mythic. Let's see what this is. Hex Drinker Snake. Oh, it's a level up option. That's cool. Levels 3 through 7, 4/4. Protection from instants. Okay, that's pretty strong. I kind of like that. And then protection from everything. That's pretty gnarly. I like that. Yeah, we'll definitely have to slot that into some of my mono green decks. Especially into Kamal. Hey, look at that. That thing just came out, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, long story short, we'll be hitting next week with Feather. Try to get out of Church of Athreus. If you're a fan of the church, or if you've been to church for a long time like me, we're really excited to get that going. But anyways, have a good weekend. It's going to be a long Memorial Day weekend, so be safe. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.